Hey, Commanders fans! Tune in because we've got some very important information coming, and you need to know everything. Here on the channel, you'll find all the latest news about our team, with breaking news and everything a true Commanders fan needs to know. So first of all, subscribe to the channel and activate the bell, because here you'll receive everything firsthand and never be out of date. Oh, and leave your like right now to strengthen this incredible community and show that Commanders fans are always there. No more ado, hang in there, because today's news is unmissable. Now, let's get straight to the point. Latest news: Panthers may release former pro player, possible signings. Because the Carolina Panthers have a wealth of offensive weapons, they could release former pro, bowl-winning wide receiver Hunter Renfro before the 2025 regular season. According to a CBS report, they believe the Panthers would be willing to release Renfro, depending on how the depth chart plays out. Since he has to compete for the starting spot between David Moore and Bryson Tremaine, there doesn't seem to be a real chance he'll make the roster anyway. The Panthers have Xavier Legette, Jalen Coker, Teteroa McMillan, and Adam Thielen, who will likely emerge as the top four for this offensive tackle. This leaves little room for Renfro, who is looking for a promising career in Carolina, to grow. But it doesn't appear that will be the case. Originally selected in the 5th round of the 2019 NFL Draft, the former Clemson player was arguably one of the Las Vegas Raiders' best receivers before losing his starting spot to former wide receiver Davante Adams. Renfro spent a season away from the league last year to get his mind and body in shape before returning. Unfortunately, he could soon be out of a job in the coming days if Moore outperforms him in the final workouts before the start of the 2025 regular season. Breaking news: Panthers may release former pro player Hunter Renfro, possible signings. Best fits: Kansas City Chiefs. As expected, the Kansas City Chiefs will likely lose Rashee Rice for a few games this season due to an impending suspension. This leaves Xavier Worthy and Marquise Brown as the offensive weapons who can hold the pace, although Juju Smith-Schuster could keep the Chiefs intact. Either way, it would be better to sign another wide receiver to salvage the group, as they don't need the most explosive replacement available. Washington Commanders. The Washington Commanders are building an old-school roster around quarterback Jaden Daniels and the offense to put them in the best position to win a Super Bowl. From re-signing Zach Ertz and Bobby Wagner to signing Von Miller, it shouldn't be surprising to see how Renfro wouldn't fit in with this team. The Commanders are still in the midst of contract negotiations with Terry McLaurin, so while Renfro is no longer a WR1, he could provide some temporary relief behind Deebo Samuel, Luke McCaffrey, and Michael Gallup. Latest news: former Patriots third-round draft pick on trade block, potential destinations. With a new strategy in place under head coach Mike Vrabel, the New England Patriots are officially placing linebacker Anthony Jennings on the trade list. According to a report, the Patriots are making Jennings available for a trade, having made it clear they are looking to leave at the right price. The team has been in negotiations since early summer, but the only thing keeping him around is his strong performance in training and the preseason. Despite this could increase his value, especially when considering other talents like Robert Spillane and Harold Landry, who signed new contracts this offseason. This leaves Jennings with no real path to a role of any kind on defense. As of this writing, the Patriots are in talks with every team in the league to find the ideal deal. Originally selected in the 2020 NFL Draft, the former Alabama player has spent his entire career with the New England Patriots, signing a 3-year contract last offseason, but he likely won't play out the final 2 years of his contract. Jennings isn't the only Patriots player, as safety Kyle Duggar is also on the trade block. So, here are 4 teams that could look to Jennings to increase their linebacker cap space in time for the 2025 regular season. Breaking news: former Patriots third-round draft pick Anthony Jennings is on the trade block, potential destinations. Next possible teams: Dallas Cowboys. Although they added 2 valuable linebackers, Jack Sanborn and Kenneth Murray Jr., this offseason, they could use depth at rushing end. Marist Liufau showed some flashes in the preseason, but he might be in for an upgrade if Dallas wants to make a deep run in the postseason. Jennings, who played under Belichick in New England, has more experience, which could help Sanborn and Murray develop into versatile and ferocious linebackers. Washington Commanders. Meanwhile, the Washington Commanders finally upgraded their linebacking core after signing Von Miller to a one-year deal. They have one of the longest tenured defensive backs between Miller and Bobby Wagner, who will also return for at least one more season. Frankie Louvu and Dominique Hampton are likely the future of this roster, so they could benefit from an experienced Jennings who still has several years left. A proposed trade between the Commanders and Cowboys sends a $5 million cut candidate to Dallas, easing pressure on Dak Prescott. The Commanders are facing some roster decisions, as are many other teams around the league. One of the biggest issues for Washington is trying to reach an agreement with Terry McLaurin on a contract extension. McLaurin hasn't practiced due to an injury, but is slowly recovering. However, his return doesn't mean a new contract has been agreed upon. McLaurin was placed on the unavailable list due to an ankle injury, but the move came after a several-day pause before the start of training camp, so it was easy to connect the two issues. In a press conference on Saturday, Commanders coach Dan Quinn said the move was solely due to McLaurin making good progress returning from injury, and that there is no update to share on the contract, wrote Josh Alper of Pro Football Talk. Slater. Andrew Booth imitated Deion Sanders during the Cowboys' preseason game against the Ravens, the Insiders. A surprising decision is that the Commanders plan to cut Brian Robinson Jr. Washington Commanders running back Brian Robinson Jr. knows the 2025 season will be crucial for him and his NFL future. With B-Rob entering the final year of his rookie contract, he knows he needs to prove he's worthy of a contract next season, and he'll have ample opportunities to prove he can be the guy for Cliff Kingsbury, wrote Adam Schultz of Athlon Sports. While Robinson's situation is definitely worth watching, the Commanders have already received some trade offers regarding him. One possibility is sending him to Dallas in exchange for some value. Javonte Williams is the one to take over the leading role in Dallas backfield, replacing veteran Miles Sanders, who played only 11 games for the Carolina Panthers last season. Bringing in Robinson could be a cost-effective upgrade for the Cowboys over Sanders in the backfield, strengthening Brian Schottenheimer's running attack alongside Williams. Prioritizing the backfield by signing a quality running back like Robinson could boost the Cowboys' running game and alleviate pressure on Dak Prescott and the team's passing attack, wrote SI's Ethan Hutton. Robinson is a valuable player in the backfield. He had some notable successes and some difficult moments with the Commanders, but it seems too early in his career to completely give up on him. If he is traded to the Cowboys, he could be used in a variety of ways to boost their offense.